What's up, human beings? This is Alicia and welcome back to another video. Today, as you guys can see, that I do have a guest with me, and we are going to talk about some nice pictures which we have taken while traveling to Alberta. So let's go ahead and let's start.
Should I say something or what?
अब start करते हैं ना, पहले introduction वगैरह
वही
करवाते हैं ना थोड़ा
intro
सा.
में मैंने introduce किया.
In today's episode, we are going to talk about some pictures and the stories behind those pictures, that how we taken those pictures, and we are just going to share some stories with you guys. So first of all,
You guys know.
you
the
guys
crew.
know, yeah, you guys know him, and you take some pictures, right? So like
Once
he
in a
has
while.
he has a photography page on Instagram as well. Link in the description. You guys can go and follow. Say something about your photography.
Oh no, man. What am I supposed to say? I don't know. Nothing. I don't really upload much on there right now, but we'll see what happens.
Like I mean, what?
I just like doing it for fun, honestly. Like I don't
Okay.
know. I just like going back to the memories of it. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
Because I think that pictures remind you of the times
Yeah.
when you basically take those pictures, and it's not about the picture itself, it's about the story behind that picture.
Exactly, and that's what we're gonna talk about today.
So yeah, like we don't have like, I'm not gonna call myself as a photographer, like a professional photographer.
Everyone's an amateur photographer.
Yeah.
Because there's always something new to learn.
Yeah.
Right? There's always something new to learn. You can't say that you know everything. Not even the professional photographers, right?
So I was curious to ask you about this. I probably know that, but I just wanted to ask you how you end up taking pictures. Like, what is the story behind you taking
Oh,
pictures?
okay.
How it all started
Here, I'll
and
tell
all that
you.
stuff.
Okay, so it started. There was a guy at work.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing me his photography page, and he was telling me, "Oh, he made money off of it and stuff." Swapnil.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
yeah, that guy, I know him.
He told me about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm taking these pictures." He showed me it, and then I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna let's see." I had a camera. I already had a DSLR, Canon Rebel T3i. Already had it, and then all of a sudden, I knew that his brother Russell, he also liked doing photography. So I'm like, you know what, might as well start doing it. Then I started watching a bunch of YouTube videos. And then from those YouTube videos, the interest started growing and growing. And then eventually I started going out and capturing pictures and stuff. I would always keep my camera in my car so that whenever you remember, when we used
I
to
know.
take so many pictures before.
But I also know that it's not something you recently started. You have
It's
been
been-
making videos when you
Oh,
were
yeah.
even kid.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that
That interest
using-
was like, I've always been creative in that sense, like whether it's doing computer like designing or Photoshop or
Yeah.
whatever. So I already knew about the softwares that we can use.
Yeah.
I already knew about those. And once I got into photography, then I learned about Lightroom and everything.
Yeah.
And then it already,
And again, it's not like the camera is not something
Yeah.
new for you.
No,
so you
no.
have been using the digital
DSLR
camera.
though, but the DSLR was a new beast. Putting it on manual mode for the
Yeah.
first time, I had no idea what to do for that.
So
at
you
all.
you
I
made
had
those
no idea.
all those videos which you have
We used
made.
to get
The digital.
camcorders. There was camcorders.
Oh.
And those are already, you can't change the settings in them. They
Okay.
are automatic.
Mm,
They're called camcorders, like handy cams. I think that's what they're called.
okay.
So we used to make, when I was a kid with my cousins and stuff, we used to make movies and stuff like that. So I already knew how to edit videos, but I didn't know about and photos. I knew how to edit photos too, like in Photoshop and
in
stuff.
Photoshop, yeah.
But like learning how to use a DSLR, I learned that all through YouTube, man. YouTube.
When I am taking pictures and whenever he's taking picture or anybody else is taking picture, there is always a story behind that, and that's the major reason why I started putting the stories on my Instagram pictures, just to let people know that what was going through my mind when I was taking that picture. So let's start, and let's talk about some of the pictures which I screwed up and some of my good pictures as well. I'm not gonna say that my good pictures, because I have never taken any exceptional picture. I have always screwed up. But yeah, let's talk about it. So first, let's see his picture.
Okay, this one right here. This
Okay.
was the Columbia ice fields.
Okay.
The ice fields in on the road to from Banff to Jasper. This picture, man, it it looked like it was gonna be a nice day that day,
Mm-hmm.
but the wind, man, was so crazy.
It is windy. I know.
So crazy, man. I was getting cold, man. I was so cold the whole time. So, anyways, the main story, the reason I chose to talk about this picture is because of the thing that happened over here.
Okay.
So I went with my family, my parents and my sister, and what happened was you have to climb like a really steep mountain basically in order to get up to the top of the ice fields.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about like I think it's an 8 kilometer like incline,
Mm-hmm.
and it's heavy. As you approach the top of it, it starts getting heavy. Like the incline starts increasing like crazy. Like people use picks and stuff to climb up.
This
there.
is a glacier, I think.
Yeah, it is glacier.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're basically climbing a glacier.
Well, you gotta climb the mountain first,
Hmm.
and then you reach the glacier, and then the glacier is
Oh.
another step. The
Oh.
glaciers are another step. It's like another 8 kilometers,
Okay.
and for that you need gear. You need like boots with points and stuff like that,
All right.
because that's slippery, right? It's like
Okay.
ice.
Yeah.
So we just climbed up to the mountain part, not all the way to the ice.
Okay.
But anyways, so I think it's about an 8 kilometer incline. It gets really intense near the top. Anyways, so what happened was, me and my sister, we ended up reaching the top before my parents.
Okay.
And on the way there, I was looking. There was like these old folks over there. One uncle.
Mm-hmm.
He was it looked like he injured his knee or something happened. He was on the ground like sitting. He couldn't move up, and he was already halfway to the top.
Okay.
So he would have to go back down or go up. So
Okay.
he didn't have option. So I looked at him and I'm like, okay. I got a weird thought in my head. I'm like, okay, hopefully my dad and my mom are gonna be good. So then, anyways, we reached the top. They came at the top too.
Oh, they came at the
Yeah,
top too.
where
Okay.
exact place where we went.
Okay.
So then from there, we were coming back down now.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, before I go there, when you reach the top just before the glaciers,
Mm-hmm.
like at the 8 kilometers, the wind is insane, man.
Yeah, because the high you go,
Yeah.
the wind
And
is
because the ice, man, the ice was bringing in cold wind.
Oh,
Like my
okay.
ears were frozen.
What month was that?
August.
August. Okay. Okay. So I had my end. Was that 2018 or 19?
19.
Okay, so that was 2019
Yeah,
last year.
Last year, yeah.
Okay.
So it was super windy. Like I was flying around. I'm like 160 pounds, and I'm like freaking flying around everywhere. But anyway, so then on the way down, I would say it's actually harder going down because the incline. So it feels like you're gonna fall.
Okay.
It feels like you're gonna fall when you're going down there. So anyways, we're going down, and I was just going a little fast. Everyone else was a little behind. So we were going down, and then on the way down, also I saw another person, like
Okay.
an older gentleman.
Mhm.
He was also the same situation. He was just sitting down, holding his knee.
Oh, okay.
And then again, I got that same thought. Anyway, so then I ended up reaching the bottom, and then my sister came like 5 minutes after. So then we're waiting there for our parents.
Mhm.
20 minutes went by, 30 minutes went by. I'm like 20 minutes went by, I would say. And my parents aren't still back. So then I started getting these thoughts. I'm like, well, what if they got injured or something? What if they need help?
Okay.
I shouldn't have come down fast. I should have stayed with
You
them.
should have stayed there.
So then I went all the way back.
Okay.
I went all the way back to the top because I couldn't see them in the middle.
Okay.
So I went all the way back to the top again.
Mhm.
And at this point I was exhausted because it was a heavy climb.
Oh.
So then I was just getting exhausted, and then I get to the top and I look around, I don't see them, and then I come back down, and then I go to my parents and my sister are waving from the car. They're like, come here over here. I'm like, oh my god. And then the whole time I'm just being paranoid that what if they got injured, because I didn't see them
Yeah.
anywhere. So anyways, then I come down and I reach, I get into the car. They're like, literally, they saw me going up. I was going up.
Mhm.
They were coming down.
Okay.
1 minute difference. If I waited 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes,
So
I would have seen
basically,
them.
so basically, the story is that you had to go
Twice.
twice. Yeah,
Twice.
you had a trip, 2 times,
Yeah, it was
just
bad, yeah.
to make sure that everything is okay.
Yeah, because I got paranoid
That's
because I
funny.
saw people like older people
Yeah.
there, and then I'm like, I should have stayed with them. I should have been with them anyways.
Yeah. So let's talk about my picture. I'm gonna start with my worst picture actually. So let's talk about this picture. So as you guys can see, this is one of the worst pictures I could ever take with a DSLR. At the same time, I took the same picture with my phone. I'm glad that I was able to actually capture this with my phone as well, because DSLR didn't do a perfect job. And it's not the DSLR fault, it's actually my fault.
Okay, this one right here. This picture.
I like this picture.
Man,
this is unreal.
Literally.
This is unreal.
Literally in real life, this picture was the day, the timing, the picture, the waves, the water, everything was 100% like this.
That is
you look
beautiful.
through your eye. You look through your eyes like just when you're there. It was surreal experience, man, because the water was so still. The water was super still. Like that reflection was 100% copy of it. It was crazy. And then the clouds were out. And by the way, this is in Jasper. And over here, we also saw some mountain goats and stuff like that. It was cute, like a baby mountain goat. It was
I've
awesome.
seen your picture. We'll share it with you guys
we'll
right
show
now
them
on the
that
screen.
one,
So yeah, that's
the baby goats.
yeah. All right, so next picture is basically taken in at Lake Louise, one of the famous lakes in
for sure,
the world, I would say, not in the Canada only, but in the world. It's just beautiful. And right now, I don't want to say anything. The more people started to go there, the more I think they just create the mess. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like we went there 2 years back. 2 years back, it was totally a different story. It was, the water was totally clean. People were not even allowed to put the feet in the water and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because when we went, you were like
they had security guards and all that stuff. People, you can't even put your hands in the water. It's just the rule at that time. But right now, you can even see people like literally going inside the water, like throwing bottles and all that stuff. So I'm not going to talk about the bad part of that lake, but I'm going to talk about this picture only. This is on the other side. So you see Lake Louise on that side. It's on the back. I just wanted to take a picture with a low shutter speed. If the shutter will remain open for a long time, like let's say 1 second, 2 seconds, or 3 seconds, it will make that water very smooth. I didn't have a time to basically set my tripod and all that stuff. People were literally doing that.
Of course.
But I didn't have a chance to do that. So what I did is I took this picture handheld. So that is why I wanted to share this picture, is because it was with a low shutter speed and it is a handheld picture, which in some cases things get blur, but in this picture I don't know.
Not some cases, bro. All the time.
It's really hard. I don't know really how it came, but it is just like
without even a in-body
stabilization. My camera doesn't have that, so I think that
it's pretty good, man.
It just came good.
For me, when I take a picture at like 1/60th, sometimes it started blurring.
Yeah, and in fact, when I was actually taking this picture, there was a guy standing right beside me, and he was actually taking the same picture from the same location with his tripod. So I asked him, literally, this was my ask to him, hey, are you taking a long exposure, like a long exposure picture? So he told me, yeah, I'm taking a long exposure. So I'm like, okay. And then he said, do you want to use my tripod? I'm like, I'm good. I'm going to see that how it comes. So I took this picture, and literally one shot I took, and I was like, dude, I can't tell you, this picture is dope. And then I showed him, and he's like, oh, okay. Well, he had an ND filter on it and everything. So he was taking like a probably 5 to 6 second picture.
That's gonna be smooth.
Yeah, my picture is not like too long, but it's still very smooth, and I'm happy with that. So I think that that was the story behind this picture.
This picture, man, the reason I chose to share this picture is because when you're driving there, the road from Banff to Jasper, but that highway, the road from Banff to Jasper, it's about a 5-hour drive, 5-6 hour drive.
Yeah.
That road is the most beautiful road you'll ever see in your life.
It is beautiful.
So beautiful. You're driving, you're getting this view, the mountains, like you feel like you feel like an ant because
And
everything is so big over there. It's
it is.
crazy.
And then there's one more thing which I want to add is, since you are going high altitude, you're
Yes.
driving high altitude, you literally see those clouds
Yeah, for sure.
passing
Yeah.
like literally beside you,
Yeah.
beside the car. Just
And this
wanted to-
picture was taken when I was sitting in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
So this was not when I was
Moving.
driving. Yeah, I wasn't
That was
driving.
moving.
It was a moving picture.
Okay.
But the whole way there, I drove. Most of the time, I drove there. The whole way to Jasper, from Banff to Jasper, I drove. And I can't tell you, man, that 5 hours felt like nothing.
It felt like nothing.
Because I just wanted to stay there. I just honestly, I
It
just wanted
is
to
beautiful,
keep
man.
on driving in that road.
It is beautiful.
Anyways, there's not a big story behind it. I just wanted to share the
Since
perspective.
since you're talking about this Banff to Jasper Road, so let me share this picture with my audience. This is also in the middle of Banff to Jasper Road. All right, so the story behind this particular picture is that we were actually going for Skytram, and it's a kind of a place which everybody should visit while going from Banff to Jasper. It's in the middle of the highway. You basically walk on a glass. It's on the mountain.
Yeah.
It's a very nice place. And the thing is that we actually left that place 10 minutes ago. We drove a little far from it. So what we are seeing is that people are taking pictures on this particular place. And since we didn't had to stop there, we were about to go to that Skytram. So, and that was left earlier. So what we had to do is we had to take a U-turn to basically go and, because our tickets were booked and everything was there, so we had to visit that place. So when my uncle was taking a U-turn, I snapped this picture.
Yeah, you got to do it in the moment.
I just took out my camera and I snapped this picture from the van, like from sitting at the back of in the back of the van, from inside of the car, basically, and I'm happy with the results. All right, so
I think the video is already super long now.
yeah, I think that the video is pretty much too long, and we still have lots and lots of pictures in our backup drives, and I think that for today that was enough.
Yeah.
We'll make another.
Part
We'll
two.
have another session for that. I think that
sure.
it went good. So hopefully, I think that most of you guys who have stayed with us for this much long time, I hope that you guys liked the discussion. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, don't forget to smash that like button. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Until then,
Peace out.
peace out. Alright guys, so in today's episode, it's totally we Alright, so for in today's Okay, so in today
In today's episode.
थोड़ी सी बियर लगवा